Alright guys, so in this video, we will be talking about morphs, specifically the Superstripe when it comes to gargoyle geckos. I'm going to be putting out more videos on other morphs and kind of breaking them down for you guys because you do get a lot of questions, you know, what morph is this, what morph is that? And you will see a lot of people, you know, mislabeling their animals. The hardest part with the gargoyles is there's no, you know, true genetic morphs to them. They're all polygenic, which is just visual, you know, a mixture of the parents. And there's different ways to get certain morphs, which I'll break that down as well. But in this video, we're just going to be talking about the Superstripes. And one of the biggest things when it comes to morphs is to trust what you see. Because of that mislabeling, it can, you know, kind of confuse people on thinking something is what it really isn't. And again, since there's no true genetic morphs, there's not, you know, a specific clear definition of what makes a superstripe and what just makes it a normal stripe. But hopefully in this video, I'll give you a little clarification on kind of what to look for. So that way you can use your judgment to, you know, better identify what morph that you would want to purchase. So in this, I'm going to be breaking down the Superstripe, which is also has a few names too, the Ultrastripe, and a Sixth Stripe. So again, another reason that Gargoyle Gecko morphs can be a little confusing because there's a bunch of different definitions, but I've always called it a Superstripe. So that's what I'm going to call in here. But like I said, you will see it in those two other definitions. Emil Sakura. She is a classic six stripe or super stripe gargoyle gecko with a clear 4 stripes going down her back and 1 stripe going down each side of her. Now she's very easy to pick up on it because of how defined the stripes are. What you just want to look for is at least from the neck down to the base of the tail, 2 stripes on each side of that center black dorsal line going down the middle, and you want to see 1 stripe on each side of her belly that's filling in those lines between the black lines between the stripes on her back and her stomach. So total, if you count up from going left side to right, you will count 6 total stripes. Now her lateral stripes are, you know, slightly broken up a little bit, as you can see. However, they are filled in pretty much all the way, and obviously there's different levels of quality to Superstripes. Not all are built equally. However, if you see someone classifying, you know, a Superstripe or a Sixth Stripe, this is basically what you want to look for on, you know, the good quality and whenever you're looking for a Superstripe to add to your collection. Now here we have Cleopatra. She's a little bit higher end in terms of the Superstripe. She is probably like what you would consider something like cornerstone. So a couple things about her. One, those stripes on the back, you can barely tell where they actually connect, the 2 stripes on each side of that center dorsal line. They're completely filled in. This is something that you want to look for if you're looking for the super high quality, where that the color just basically looks like it was painted on. You can't really see a separation. Other thing, the color connects all the way around her neck, which is something, if you go back and look at Sakura, it almost doesn't connect fully like Cleopatra's. And the stripes go all the way down to the base of her tail. If you look at Sakura's in the previous clip, they are broken up down by her tail. And then her lateral stripes are almost full solid stripes like you would expect to see on the back of a gargoyle gecko. So that is another defining feature that, you know, makes her a super high-end one. So you really want to pay attention to that saturation and looking for the color on their back to connect between those stripes. The wider the back, the better the quality. So there you guys go. Hopefully those are 2 good examples of what you're looking for. And a lot of times when it comes to a baby, what you want to look for is basically that outline of that pattern. Here's a picture, you know, of a Superstripe as a baby, and then what it currently looks like, and that's only, you know, like 10, 11 grams. So whenever you're looking for them, you want to see the clear pattern. Although it will spread, there's a difference between, you know, for those lateral stripes, there's a difference between the stripes and the blotching. Sometimes people will label Superstripe when it's actually just the blotching along the sides of the gecko. You're just going to want to look for a full stripe going down the side. Some are more saturated than others, like the two that you saw in that video. But what you want to look for is, to recap it all, 4 stripes total, 4 full stripes total going down the back, at least from the neck to the base of the tail. They don't have to connect over the neck. And then you want to look for 1 stripe on each side of the gecko that's fully filled in, and there's not any, you know, real gaps in that side stripe. And that right there is a Superstripe. So I will continue these series and break down a few other morphs. So thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure to check me out on Instagram. That's where I'm going to be most active, at Red Rack. And then you can also check out the links in the description for Facebook, Instagram, and my website as well. So thanks again, guys. I appreciate all your support.